Hey guys, today we're in my classroom, so a change of scenery, and we're going to be talking about another romance novel by Karina Halle called Bright Midnight. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Today we're going to talk about Karina Halle. I think that's how you say her name. I love her writing. I do. I truly do. I love every book that I've read by hers, at least a 4 or 5 star books. My favorite series from hers is probably The Experiment in Terror, which I like paranormal mysteries and things like that, and it is definitely a paranormal romance. She's kind of one of those writers who writes kind of hardcore, and I love that. It's not all mushy, and I like that. It's real life. She is a romance novelist again. I do like romance novels, and there's usually some pretty intense scenes. So if you're not someone who likes the romance intensity and the scenes that are maybe for someone over 18, maybe not, don't read them. But if you do, you'll like her books. Today we're going to talk about Bright Midnight, which is her newest book. And I guess I was off the radar on this one. I had no idea that people have been waiting for years for this book. And I finally picked it up as a new release just a few weeks ago, because I love her books. And I would have to say this one is not my favorite by her. The writing is good, the romance is good, but it kind of, I don't know, it left me wanting more. I would probably give it 4 stars, but that might be a little bit generous, just because I really like her writing and I like her as a person and as an author, and I love her other books, but maybe 3.5 stars. So essentially, the summary is this. You have Anders, who is from Norway, and he comes to America back in the day and is kind of an exchange student somewhere. It's not really an exchange student, but he's here living with his mother for a year, and he goes to school in America. And he meets this girl, Shay, and they fall in love, and it's kind of their first love. They are together, and first time for everything kind of couple, and then they break up. We don't find out until about halfway through the book or later why they broke up and what was so bad about it, but it's pretty intense. There's some cheating involved. There is an abortion scene, if you're not comfortable with that, just so you know. And by chance, she makes her way to Norway when she's, a few years later after college, and Shay travels to Norway kind of in hopes to find Anders again, but she knows that that's probably not going to happen. But she does. She runs into him in a chance encounter, and of course, old feelings are still there, even though she tries to not like him. And they end up kind of reconnecting. He takes her on a trip all around Norway to see all the neat places. They kind of rehash some things, find out some secrets about one another, and kind of re-fall in love. It's kind of the same old story, but I will say that the setting is beautiful. The characters I like. I don't love them, but I like them. I just feel like it was not her best work. It kind of didn't hold my attention very much. There were times when I could put it down. I will say about 60% into the book, I started to get a little bit hooked, but that was kind of a long time for her books, because usually by chapter 2, I'm hooked. But for this one, it took me quite a while. I wasn't as invested as I normally am. The writing was still good and everything. I guess the story was just not, I don't know, what I was expecting from her. I will say that the passionate living scenes were definitely detailed, and for those that like that kind of romance novel, it was definitely intense. But I would just say that for me, if you are a Karina Halle fan, it may not be what you're expecting, just in the way of the story itself and grabbing your attention. So for me, it's a 3.5 to 4 star book, but maybe you would think differently. If you've read it or read any of her books, comment below and let me know what you think about this one or any of her others. Like I said, my favorite series from her is the Experiment in Terror series. If you like paranormal and romance, I would definitely check those out. I might even do a review on those books, like as a whole, just because I feel like they are, I don't know, they're amazing. I personally could not put those down. I just read them one after another, and she recently released another one of those as well, which is really good. So maybe I'll do an Experiment in Terror one, but for Bright Midnight, Not my favorite. While I love the description, it just didn't hold my interest. So 3.5 to 4 stars. Comment below if you have a different feeling or the same. Like, and if you like my channel, subscribe so that you can keep seeing more of my videos. All right, till next time. Bye.